Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Music and Beyond. I'm Ernie Crazy Eyes from Recall Productions. Today, I have a special guest, and he trains Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and his name is Markus Olvera. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Going good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to have you here, man.
I'm happy to be here.
So real quick, I want to start off really quick and say, how did you get introduced to jiu-jitsu and what motivated you to start training?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. So, I've always been into shoes. I know this has nothing to do with jiu-jitsu, but I've always been into shoes. And a buddy of mine went to go buy a pair of shoes, and he comes back to my house, and he has a CD, which has a couple of techniques. And he just told me, hey, you might like this. I popped it in the DVD player. I got hooked off the techniques, and I started looking for a school nearby.
Nice. And when did you start training?
Man, it's been a while. I've been at it almost 20 years. I want to say like 21 when I first started. I'm 35 now. Just been inconsistent, but we had injuries, stuff like that. Just life in general happen. It just keeps me on and off the mats, but there's no other place I'd rather be.
Yeah, and I mean I've been to two of your fights, and I've enjoyed each and both of them. Honestly, like it's always cool to see a different side of what we see on TV.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. The competitive side, man. I think everybody should compete at least once or twice, just to kind of see what it's like, test your skill, test the knowledge, and just go out there, have fun. You don't have to go out there to kill anybody, but go out there, have fun, hopefully win a shiny medal.
That'd be great. And what aspects of jiu-jitsu do you find most challenging, and how do you overcome those challenges?
Well, the aspects that I feel are up there is basically it's a lot financially, man. It does take, it's financially and physically, but I think more financially than anything, because I can put in the hard work. I can beat my body up for free on a daily basis. I can go for runs, I can drill, I can do a lot of body weight stuff. So monetary, man, money is the buying the gear, making sure that the gear is approved for the tournaments, being able to register for the tournaments. If I have to go out of state, I have to figure out travel, stay, food, and I don't travel alone. I take my family with me, my wife and my 3 kids. So it does get costly to be able to do this, but I try as hard as I can, try to find sponsors. I work just like everybody else, a normal 9 to 5. I use a little bit of that money to go into it as well. So just keep the grind going.
Oh yeah, man, the hustle is real.
Yes, it is.
And could you describe the physical and mental benefits you have experienced through jiu-jitsu training?
It's they say people that do jiu-jitsu, they're like a different breed. And I really do agree with it, because without jiu-jitsu, for me, I feel like I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I'd be a completely different person. I'd be still on the dark path that I was on before I started. So you just mentally tough, physically tough. You get through the obstacles of life with it. You do jiu-jitsu is on and off the mats. You don't have to necessarily do it to compete either. You can do it to it's basically like taking a fresh breath with your life. It can help you in all aspects.
That's amazing, man. And with that being said, like what's the hardest thing to get mentally and physically trained? Like, is it mind? Is it body? Like, what do you have the struggle with?
It's mental all the time. It's mental. Like, if you have to cut weight, you have to either get into the sauna, being there for a certain amount of time, your brain starts, um, it starts to talk to you. There's, you have that other voice in your head that will try to talk you out. Hey, don't get out of this sauna. You don't need to be in here. Or, hey, you can eat that extra hamburger. You can eat a hamburger. You can eat that junk food. You don't need to go to, you don't need to go for a workout today. You don't need to train today. You've earned a day off. Stuff like that. So it's more mental than it is physical. But they both go hand in hand. I mean, you got to beat up your body. You got to make sure that that every element of your body is at least close to 100%.
That makes sense. And that's pretty tough, honestly. In your opinion, what is the difference between jiu-jitsu and other martial arts or combat sports?
I think the way it differs from any other martial art is really just how it's used in everyday scenarios, from the time that you open your eyes and get out of bed to your daily routine throughout the day to when you're hitting the sack and going to sleep. There's always a movement. Not that I'm saying that it's above any other martial art. All martial arts are good. You can put your kids in karate, wrestling, hapkido, all those, judo and stuff like that. They're all beneficial, but I just think that, for me, I noticed that I open my eyes, I get up a certain way, and I move a certain way throughout the day, and I go to bed a certain way. It's different.
And have you encountered any significant obstacles or setbacks during jiu-jitsu journey? And how have you handled them?
Well, I mean, the obstacles for me, it's an ongoing issue with injuries. Injuries, they plague any kind of athlete: football, soccer, baseball, basketball, wrestlers, anybody in combat sports, any sports in general. You're gonna get hurt. It's very, very hard to have a goal in mind, and you're going after it, and you get hurt, and you go to a doctor and they tell you you're going to be out such and such time, and you feel like the world the world is just, it's going to end. The walls are closing in, and you feel like you don't have enough time to recuperate and still attain that goal, to be able to reach that goal. It is tough, but I mean, being mentally strong and just pushing through it, doing the recovery, and just try to keep that positive mind frame and just get back out there. Don't quit.
Yeah, I feel like the mental part on, like, with jiu-jitsu and everything in life, like, that's been probably one of the hardest things as we move forward, throughout the years and stuff, which is pretty wild, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And how important is the concept of respect in jiu-jitsu, both towards your training partners and your instructors?
It's just it doesn't necessarily just apply to jiu-jitsu. Just respect all the way around. Lose the ego. You don't want to be egotistical. You don't want to think that you're better than somebody, or if you know that you're stronger than somebody, you don't want to be a bully. Just respect all the way around. You respect people in life. You respect, co-workers, bosses, your parents, your friends, just to have that all around respect.
Yeah, that's good, because, I mean, like, I watch a lot of UFC, and, we watched the UFC fight tonight, and, sometimes it can get rowdy and disrespectful. So, and I've never seen anything like that happen, like, in just a jiu-jitsu competition, but that's wild that, stuff like that can happen.
Oh, it happens. It happens more than you think.
Jiu-jitsu can be an intense and physically demanding sport. How do you balance your training with injury prevention and recovery?
I mean, I go through the motions. I roll with the punches. It's been a while since I've actually gotten up early. I just gotta get, I gotta get right back to it. Going back from a back injury is it's not fun and it's not easy, but getting back on track, I think, like I said, mentally it's the hardest thing. But wake up, do a workout, get ready for work, take the kids to school, um, make sure stuff is done at the house before I leave. I'll work my normal day job. If I can squeeze in a workout on my lunch hour, I'll try to do that. Get out, have the rest of the day to work out and try to be a family man.
Man, that's a lot, man. Like to train, and that goes with the musicians too, because they're always on tour and stuff. And when they're off of tour, they're with their families, so they have to go back to a different life. And I don't see like I'm sure that training and being able to or having to be with your family and stuff like it. You just have to be like in a different mindset. Like every time, you got to go tough on while you're training, and then just be gentle as you can be when you're here with your family and stuff. So wow, that's tough, man.
No, it is.
And can you share a memorable moment or experience from your jiu-jitsu training that has had a lasting impact on you?
Well, I think it was the very very first super fight that you went to. It wasn't training. It was a super fight. The very first fight that you were at. My entire family was there. I could feel the love and support from everybody, and then to come out victorious, come out on top, have my hand raised. It's about the best feeling in the world. I almost felt like a world champion. And that's what I try to strive for every day. I still, even at this age, I still want to try to climb that mountain. I want to try to go against the best of the best in the world, and I still, I have that world champion that mindset, and I need to make it happen instead of just talking about it.
Yeah, and it was crazy because when I came here to South Carolina, where this interview is being recorded, um, I went to go see you fight the following week, which was pretty amazing because, I kind of feel like that's the full circle because I think I met you like around that time when we saw you fight. And, that moment was special to me. And this moment that, we had a couple of weeks ago was special too because, I support you with everything that you do. And, I don't know. I just love when people just put their mindset into something and they go out there and do it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
And what advice would you give to someone who is considering jiu-jitsu but is hesitant? And what would be the first step you would advise for them to take?
Just like Nike, man, just do it. It's scary. I always tell everybody it's something that you're not used to. If you've just watched it, it is it's scary for I can't think of another word right now. It's intimidating, but once you get out there, it's a whole new world. You meet a lot of great people, you make new friends, you make family, and you just have fun. It's awesome. It'll keep you out of trouble as long as you stay consistent and you do what you're supposed to do. It's life changing. It's changed my life, and I'm hoping that anybody who is thinking about it, just go ahead and do it, and I promise you it'll change your life.
And where should they go if they're thinking of starting up jiu-jitsu or any kind of karate or training?
Any martial arts school. If you want jiu-jitsu, obviously, just like any other martial art, just go to Google, see what's in your area, check out the reviews. Obviously, those don't do it justice. Sometimes you need to just kind of feel out an academy and see what it's like, see if it's right for you. See if the atmosphere, see how that meshes with you, and just kind of go from there. But just don't wait. Just go through the door, talk to somebody, and just do it.
Just like Nike, hell yeah.
Yep.
And what is your pre-fight ritual?
It's just a lot of just sit down, have my headphones on, listen to some music, maybe do a couple of drills to kind of get my body limber, some stretches. I just try to I try to zone in, try to get tunnel vision. I don't want to think. I don't want to know about anything else but the fight, and that's pretty much what I do.
That's some good advice right there, man. And not advice. Freaking, yeah, like, well, honestly, it's advice because, like, it's, like, I don't know. I just, like, whenever I go into an interview, I just feel like, oh, man, like, I need an interview. Like, what do I listen to get me pumped up and stuff?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's crazy, man. And you know what? When I went to go see you fight a couple of weeks ago, I was looking around and I'm like, man, I wonder what Marcus is doing. Like like what does he do? Or like, should I have a camera on him to like get this on footage? So, but yeah, like that's what I always think. Like, and that's for everybody, like musicians or just comedians that I see. Like, I wonder that question. Like, what do they do before?
Yeah.
And before I let you go, what's the best advice that you have for someone who is trying to cut weight?
Don't quit. You don't want to quit. It is terrible. If you want to cut weight, make sure you do it the right way. Don't starve yourself. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a goal in mind, and you give yourself a sufficient amount of time. I would do that first before jumping into a competition. I would want to make sure that you're at whatever weight you want to be at, and you feel good, and you feel like you can do your best at. Weight cutting it's a very serious. It's a very serious thing. It could be deadly if not done properly, if not done right. So, just do a lot of research, or if you know anybody with the knowledge or with any information, just or I'm only an inbox away too. So, just shoot me a message on my Instagram, my Facebook, anywhere.
And where can we find you?
And my Instagram is my last name Olvera _ BJJ, and then. From there, I have postings of like the links that are connected to like my Facebook, my TikTok, my Snapchat, and stuff like that. All that's already on my Instagram. So wherever, like I said, inbox me if you have any questions, or just reach out, say hi.
And I've seen you shout out a few handles on your Instagram. Would you like to maybe talk about that a little bit, or send them a shout out or something?
Well, yeah, La Mala Vida out in California. They've been helping me out with like my custom rash guards, my no-gi gear. They're a small company out of California. They've been helping me out. They're tremendously supportive. They're a really big part of the jiu-jitsu community, and I like to support small business. We also have One Roll, which has helped me out with a jiu-jitsu gi, War Tribe. They also they've also helped me out with like discounts on gear. Their gear is amazing. Pure Line Nutrition, and that's in the Valley. They help me out with all my supplements. So shout out to them. I got Steven the barber, who always keeps me fresh, and he got me fresh from my last fight. So, I know he can do it again. So I'll go to him. Vonda at A Better Way Chiropractic, who keeps my body as best as she can to 100% to make sure that I'm competition ready. That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah, man. And I want to thank you for joining me tonight. And I know we talked about this for like years already.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was kind of just me trying to piss you off and stuff. So.
That's fine.
But I'm here now, so.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate being here, and good luck with your endeavors. Just like mine, man. Just know that we just got to keep grinding, and you got to follow those dreams.
Yeah, and be sure to follow him everywhere. The links will be in the description. And also, don't forget to follow me on all social media. And just remember that without music, life would be a mistake.